in the future?
Yeah, I think Coach Sweeney's philosophy on junior college is, if there's a great need out there, sometimes you may go through the spring and all of a sudden have a lot of injuries or something happens and you really have to go get a guy at the last second. I think that's really the only time that we would be interested in a junior college. And then even for that, everything has to line up the right way. And or if we have a young man that doesn't qualify that has to go that route, and we can be on the front end and kind of work with him, that would be the only way. But I think overall the philosophy is we want to kind of build our team through the recruiting the high school guys in. But it's something we don't try to do, but if there's a need, then we definitely have the ability to do that.
If it matched up perfectly for this next year, with a quarterback or defensive tackles, do you look at specific positions?
I think right now we feel very good about the class that we have scheduled to come in here next year, and so I think where we are right now, I don't think we're going to go that route.
The 17 mid-years that you're planning to come in, what kind of kid does it take to commit to that?
Well, number one, that's not something that we really push them to do. It's really something that we let them bring up, and if something that they want to do and they've already scheduled to graduate early, then obviously we'd love for them to come in. But, there's something special about the spring of your senior year, too. So the last thing that we want to do is go talk them into doing something that they don't want to do. But for a lot of these guys, they're planning ahead and already looking forward to that next chapter. And so I think it's really good to have an opportunity to come in and really get a chance with the time management, the weight lift, and all the different things that a freshman has to go through. They kind of get, about an 8-month head start on all the other freshmen that show up in July. But someone that's focused and obviously has their academics in order is really what it takes. And but we're excited. We're going to have a lot of new guys that'll make spring practice a lot more fun. And I know those guys are excited about getting here.
This seems to be a growing trend with your enrollees. And did you ever foresee a day when you'd have that many at one time?
And it's not something that you can do every year. It really just has to match up, because you can only bring in as many freshmen as you have seniors graduating and leaving your program. And so we're just really fortunate that we have a lot of graduates, that already have their degree, that'll be leaving as soon as they finish the bowl game. And but it's definitely a growing trend, and something I think that'll continue through the next few years.
How about Cole Stout's confidence? I know it's been kind of an erratic year for him statistically, kind of up and down. How does he look going into this bowl? Self-assured?
Cole's done really well. I think the thing that you look at Cole for the ball games that he's gone in, and he's been the starter, from the beginning of the week, and he's prepared knowing that he's going to go out and start. He's played pretty well. We went through a stretch, winning 4 games in a row against some really good defenses, and I think unfortunately, whenever he was not the guy and Deshaun was out there and as the starter, and Cole came off the bench, I don't know if he would tell you that he's prepared as much during the week as he probably should have. But we're awfully excited. He's got he's starting the beginning 3 weeks to get ready, and we have full confidence. The offense guys have confidence that he'll be able to do what we need to do. And what better way for him to go out with a great bowl win over a team like Oklahoma. So that's really what he's focused on, is doing whatever it takes to help us win. But I think the confidence thing can get blown out of proportion. You have confidence when everybody's doing their job and protecting and making the catches and all that. All of a sudden, everybody's confident. And so he's looked really well these first few practices.
What's the biggest challenge this defense presents to you guys now that you're a few days into game planning?
Well, obviously, running the football. Their 10th total defense and rush defense. And, they're going to play 7 guys around the ball every snap. And, so finding ways to find movement. They got a really good defensive front. Big guys that like the 2-gap and really just hold you up so those linebackers can come up and make plays. And so that's probably the biggest thing that jumps out, is how well they've been playing the run this year. And then they also have really good athleticism, on the outside. Their linebackers are former safeties, so they're athletic guys that can really run. And so it definitely presents some challenges, but something that, we play in a really good league here too. We play some really good defenses throughout, and obviously get to practice against a pretty good one every day. But I would say the rush defense is definitely something that jumps out on tape.
To be successful, what do you got to do?
Yeah, well, I think obviously, we got to find the ways to be able to take care of the guys on the edge. They do a really good job having their linebackers up on the edge and Okie front. So always having an answer for those guys and keeping those guys out of the backfield is the biggest thing, and then just everybody communicating up front with the different looks and the different movements that they're going to give. And but we've got some good practice on that so far, and as part of watching the video and being able to come out in the field and execute the game plan.
Is there any similarity between what they do and what you see with Brent for the past 3 years?
A little bit, but they're different. I think Brent is very multiple in what he does, and they have their own system. There's a few fundamental things that are the same, but really schematically, I think there's definitely a difference in what we see here and what we'll see in the bowl.
David says they're more like a Louisville team.
Yeah, I think Louisville's a good comparison. Also, Virginia, when Al Grove's at Virginia, that odd and Okie front. So we've definitely seen it before, but I'd say these guys, the linemen they have up front, are probably bigger than some of the guys we've seen in the past playing those positions.